Just when everyone thought Red Bull was losing its edge, they pulled off something that could turn the tide of the season. After a string of disappointing races and growing concerns within the team, things suddenly took a sharp turn. The squad, based in Milton Keynes, is preparing a major update, one that draws inspiration from none other than McLaren, the very team giving them headaches right now. But this isn't a simple case of imitation. Talk inside the paddock has grown louder, hinting that Red Bull suspects McLaren and a few others might be bending the rules, perhaps by using water to keep their tires cool. If true, it could spark one of the most heated controversies in recent years. So how did it come to this? Last weekend in Bahrain, everything seemed to fall apart for Max Verstappen and his crew. From poor car balance and tire troubles to pit stop blunders. It was a nightmare that left the reigning champion visibly irritated. He didn't hold back, questioning the car's design and the team's direction. Red Bull's Bahrain outing felt like a step back in every way. Max was straight to the point. He called the car's behavior unacceptable. Issues with balance, tires overheating, and pit stops going wrong painted a grim picture of the RB21, which looked nothing like the dominant machine fans were used to. Max didn't just sound annoyed, he seemed genuinely concerned. He raised doubts about the tools used in development and questioned whether the team was heading in the right direction. It wasn't just the drivers feeling the pressure. Behind the scenes, Red Bull's top brass wasted no time. After the race, Christian Horner, technical chief Pierre Wash, lead engineer Paul Monaghan, and advisor Helmut Marko held a meeting that barely lasted an hour, but the urgency was obvious. Horner admitted there was a serious disconnect. The wind tunnel data wasn't matching what they were seeing on the track. That mismatch had plagued them for a while, and it had only worsened since Adrian Newey stepped back. The RB21, Red Bull's current car, has been a tricky one to figure out. Its performance window is so narrow that it's become unpredictable from one weekend to the next. Verstappen himself called it a hit-or-miss machine. He pointed to Suzuka, where Friday was rough, qualifying was a bit better, and the race was manageable. But then in Bahrain, it all fell apart again. That inconsistency is making it nearly impossible to know what to expect. On top of that, the team faced serious errors in the pits. A wiring issue threw off the pit stop lights, and during Max's second stop, a wheel change problem cost him almost 10 seconds. For a team that once prided itself on the fastest pit stops in F1, this was a major setback. The departure of Jonathan Wheatley, the former sporting director who led that area, seemed to be more impactful than anyone expected. And it didn't stop there. Max's braking problems added another layer, traced back to an aggressive wheel setup rather than any issue with the braking system itself. Max explained that the issue wasn't just about how the brakes felt, it was also about how quickly the tires overheated. "There's no feedback when I hit the brakes," he said. "It's too easy to lock up, front or rear." That kind of instability throws off a driver's rhythm and confidence. But while Red Bull wrestled with these problems, their engineers were already studying something that could offer a way out. McLaren's recent progress had caught their eye, particularly a clever brake duct design that seemed to help with tire cooling. Red Bull planned to roll out their own update soon, aiming to fix those same heat-related problems and bring some stability back to the car. But this wasn't just about technical improvements. Rumors started to swirl that McLaren, and maybe a few others, were doing something shady. Word was they might be filling their tires with water to manage temperatures, which would break the rules. It was a bold accusation, and one Red Bull didn't exactly deny. Helmut Marko made a cryptic statement that only added fuel to the fire. He said they'd noticed strange patterns in how McLaren's tires behaved, how their temperatures and wear didn't quite match what would be expected under normal conditions. He hinted that the FIA should take a closer look. Still, while those suspicions stirred debate, Red Bull knew they had to focus on fixing their own issues first. Christian Horner spoke about the immediate priorities, pointing to the need for better accuracy between their design tools and real-world results. "We're getting mixed signals," he said. "It's like checking the time on two different clocks, and both show something else." The root of the issue might lie in the wind tunnel itself. Red Bull's testing facility, a relic from the Cold War era, had limitations that newer setups didn't. Technical director Pierre Wash had already mentioned how outside temperatures affected their testing results, making consistency tough to achieve. And now, that inconsistency was showing up where it mattered most, on the track. Verstappen's patience was clearly wearing thin. When asked if the team had a clear understanding of the problems, his answer was blunt. "You'll have to ask them." He admitted there were some parts on the way, but nothing that would fix things right away. Despite the frustration, he kept a level tone, saying he always tries to give his best, no matter the situation. But he also made it clear that even if they win a race, the bigger issues won't just vanish. All hopes were now tied to the upcoming races, especially in Imola and Barcelona. That's where Red Bull planned to introduce a major update. This package wasn't just another tweak. It was crafted with precision and aimed directly at the problems they faced. Among the changes, a new rule regarding front wings was drawing attention. Red Bull had lobbied hard for it, hoping it would help close the gap to McLaren. Horner explained that while some fixes would take time, others needed to be addressed immediately to avoid losing more ground. As Red Bull heads back to Europe, the pressure mounts. McLaren continues to outperform them, and the clock is ticking. For the Milton Keynes squad, their engineers know the next few weeks are crucial for turning things around, especially with the upgrades scheduled for Imola and Barcelona. But even as they race against time, the rumors surrounding McLaren are hard to ignore. While McLaren stands firm, confident in their legitimacy, Red Bull is in a delicate position, facing both internal challenges and external accusations. The next few weeks could be pivotal, not just for Red Bull's season, but for Max Verstappen's future with the team. If they can't deliver, will Verstappen stay, or will the team's struggles push him away? With new developments on the horizon, the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Red Bull's updates be the game-changer they need? Or is this just the start of a major power shift in Formula One? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.